Hello my friends, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for clicking on this video. This is going to be a very late and a very quick fire June reading wrap up because I hadn't done my June reading wrap up yet, and that's my favourite video of every month usually. Life has just been lifing. That's simply all I can say about it. So I'm just going to get into this straight away. I'm going to be a pretty quick fire style of June reading wrap up, and yeah, let's get into it. So as always, we are going to start with physical books. So first physical book that I read was Ride the Sky by Ava Hunter, which is the fourth and final book in the Runaway Ranch series. This is probably my favourite cowboy romance series, quite honestly. Obviously following After Chestnut Springs actually, but yeah, After Chestnut Springs, this is literally my favourite cowboy romance series ever. It's romantic suspense. It's just like the characters in each of the books have got so much depth to them. So like there's so much emotional depth to it. It's just so much more than just a spicy cowboy romance, but it is spicy, it is romantic, but there's just so much more to it. There's always like a suspense element, a bit of a, you know, like a bit of a drama to keep you on your toes kind of thing. It's just got so much substance. And this was actually probably my favourite of the series, I think, because this was one of those couples that you've been waiting for since the first book. Like, there's been crumbs of them since the first book, and you finally get their book, so it was just amazing. Our female main character is actually a bull rider in this one, and our male main character is an ex-bull rider, but yeah, their families are kind of connected and stuff like that, so they've always had a bit of a thing. It's just amazing, incredible. Highly recommend this series. Nocticadia by Kerry Lake. This was my first Kerry Lake book, and this is a dark academia professor-student age gap mystery book. And it really does all of those things so well. Even the professor-student age gap element was done really well because the age gap wasn't actually that big. It didn't feel really just like creepy and weird. Like, it genuinely felt like, wow, these two people actually are made for each other. Like, they were so well matched on like an intellectual level as well. The spice was sensational. I loved the actual mystery elements that was woven through this book. The dark academia was done perfectly. It was really like gothic, eerie vibes, and I absolutely loved and adored it, and I couldn't recommend this enough. And this was a 5-star read for me. The Unhoneymooners by Christina Lauren. This was actually the first book that I read on my holiday when I went to Mallorca, and this was really, really good. This is a forced proximity, like dislike to lovers kind of thing, and yeah, they end up taking, his brother and her sister have just gotten married and they're too ill to go on the honeymoon, so these two end up going on the honeymoon, and it's hilarious, it's so cute, there's so much tension, so much banter. It's really, really brilliant. And I previously read Love and Other Words by Christina Lauren and I hated it, so I'm really glad that I gave them a try. And I also only recently found out that Christina Lauren is 2 people, not 1 person. Anyway, yeah, this was really, really brilliant, and this was a 4-star read for me. Perfect holiday read. Another perfect holiday read, and I did read this on holiday as well, and that is Problematic Summer Romance by Ali Hazelwood. Ali Hazelwood is a bit of a hit and miss author for me. I usually either love or really don't like her stuff, but I really, really liked this one. Probably one of my favourites of hers. This is a age gap, brother's best friend. It's kind of like secret friendship to lovers, but they're kind of in a bit of a dislike phase at the beginning of the book. And anyway, they are at the female main character's brother's wedding in Italy. So the whole book takes place across the time of like them being at the wedding, but we do get a few past chapters of them a couple of years ago. And it's really, really good. I really liked it. Great holiday read. And this was a 3.75 stars for me. Fear the Flames by Olivia Rose Darling. This was absolutely brilliant, guys. I'm so mad at myself for not reading this sooner. If you like dragons, read this book. If you like romantasy that's heavier on the romance, read this book. It's so good. I think I've spoken in quite a bit of detail about this book in one of my previous like reading vlogs, and this basically follows our female main character, and when she's like a baby, she's gifted these eggs which were known to be fossils. Anyway, turns out they hatch when they're given to her, and they are dragons. So she's kind of like bonded to these little baby dragons, like, and they're like soul bonded to her. Her dad kind of finds out about this and doesn't like this because the dragons like snap at him when he goes to like shout at her or whatever. So he sees her as like a danger and a threat, and he's quite jealous that his daughter is bonded to these dragons. And yeah, so he kind of like imprisons her for years, he imprisons the dragons for years, and then she escapes and teams up with her dad's rival who is one of the sexiest male main characters I've ever read about, to go and get back her dragons, basically. And yeah, it's all about the alliance that they form, the kind of quest that they're going on to get these dragons back and stuff like that. It's absolutely brilliant. I loved it so much. This was a 4.75 star read for me. I actually annotated loads of it as well. I highly recommend it. Then we've got another perfect holiday read, another book that I read on my holiday, and that was Nora Goes Off Script by Annabelle Monaghan. This was my first book by this author and it didn't disappoint at all. I really loved it. It's so small as well, like so I read it in one sitting, so easy to binge. The writing is gorgeous. People do compare this author to an Emily Henry style kind of writing, and I can see why. I personally don't think so, just because Emily Henry is like my queen, but I can see why. It's like a similar vibe. I can see that. And this was just such a cute romantic time. We're following our female main character Nora, whose husband has walked out on her and her 2 children, and she is a screenwriter, and this like film that she's written is being made into, is being produced and made into the film, and they're kind of filming some scenes at her house, and the actor that's playing her ex-husband kind of, just hangs around at her house, gets to know the kids and stuff like that. It's really, he's like such a unique male main character as well. Like he's a bit, I don't know, I didn't really love him at first, but then I was like, oh, I actually love him. Like, he was, just a bit of a unique male main character, but I really loved it. Such an easy read. I rated it 3.75 stars just because it's only really short, but I did absolutely love it. I couldn't say a bad word about it. Then we've got another 5-star read, guys, and that is Left of Forever by Tara DeWitt. Now, I went into this just because I was getting in a bit of a reading slump, and I thought, oh, I'll just pick up this romance. And it's one of the best romance books I've actually ever read. If I'm being really honest with you, it is one of the best romance books I have ever read. I laughed, I cried, I cared about the characters so much. And I think, so this is kind of like it's a second chance romance, but the characters were married and have gotten divorced, and this is like 4 years after the divorce. So I would say it kind of also falls into the like marriage on the rocks kind of trope, which I think this year I've discovered that I really love that. And I don't know what that says about me because I'm getting married next year. So I hope I don't curse myself, but no, I'm joking. But it was just beautiful. It was so beautiful. Like, I keep reading this quote out to everyone, but let me just read it out to you. This quote was on page 1. That's the playlist. Wait, where's page 1? So it says, I'd learn how love could change, how it could grow from friendship into more, into something that felt infinite. Love could be loud and supernova hot, and something soothing and quiet too. Love could be miraculous and fulfilling. It could make you believe things would always work out for the best, because love really could conquer all. Love could burrow into the loneliest places in your heart, but its absence would leave bigger, misshapen holes that are impossible to fill. I'd learn how love could give you things you never dreamed of having, and then trick you into wanting more. Like, what the hell, guys? It's just so cute. It was just perfect. One of the best romance books I've ever read. And when I was halfway through it, I literally went online and ordered a special edition of it, because I was like, I need a special edition of this book on my shelves, and I need it just tattooed on my body. It's so good. Like, peak romance. I loved it so much. Scotch on the Rocks by Elliot Fletcher. This is book 2. It follows on from Whiskey Business. This, if you like tension, the tension is literally burning off the pages in this one, and this is her ex-boyfriend's brother. That is the trope. And also forced proximity. They live in like the same little small town. This was good. I've not thought about it since I finished it, and I didn't like love it. It didn't have me like gripped or anything like that. So I think I would probably rate, I would probably say 3 stars to this one, because it is good, it's easy to read, loads of tension, the spice was great, like the banter was brilliant, but that's it really. So yeah, it did the job, but it was not like anything that will stay with me or anything like that. Another 5-star read. Oh my god, I had so many 5-star reads this month, but I couldn't not give 5 stars to, The Night and the Moth by Rachel Gillig. This is, oh my god, brilliant. This is a romanticer. I think this is the perfect balance of romance and fantasy. I'd say it's more plot than romance, really. I feel like the romance there's just like a nice amount of it, like a nice little sprinkle of it. I really loved this so much. Whenever I wasn't reading this book, I couldn't wait to like pick it back up again. I really loved it. There's a character in this, he's a gargoyle, and he was just my favourite character of all time. but I just loved it. Like, I just feel like it was really unique. I think Rachel Gillig as a storyteller is brilliant. I think it really has like the dark, gothic, eerie setting, which I absolutely love. Like, I'm so obsessed with books with that vibe. And it's just, yeah, this deserves all of the hype that it's getting. It's absolutely brilliant. I love it so, so much, and I couldn't recommend it enough. I couldn't give this any less than 5 stars. Like, it is the perfect gothic romanticer, and it's just absolutely brilliant. Silvercloak by LK Stephen. This actually comes out July 20 something, I think. I don't know. I was lucky enough to get a proof copy from Del Rey, and this is a really good romanticer, but it's in a world where their magic is fueled by pleasure and pain, and it's got like wands and cloaks and stuff like that. So it's not like, you don't get this vibe a lot in fantasy. I would say this is very unique. It was a very, very unique fantasy, and it was really good. I loved the female main character. She was just completely badass. And I loved the like blossoming relationship with her and the male main character. I rated this 4 stars, and that was, I think the ending felt rushed and a little bit underwhelming to me. But that being said, I think it was really well written. I think the world building and the politics of it were done really, really well. I highly recommend it. I highly recommend it. I think it was absolutely brilliant. But yeah, it was a 4-star read for me. It's a dark and delicious adult fantasy debut from LK Stephen, and yeah, it is really brilliant, and I'm so excited for book 2. I think book 2 is going to be amazing. Yeah, it's really good. I do recommend it if you are a fantasy romantasy lover. You will probably really enjoy this, and I just think a lot of romantasy can be quite samey these days sometimes, but I think this one was really unique, and I really, really liked it, so highly recommend. Till Summer Do Us Part by Megan Quinn, another one that you've probably seen me speak about if you've watched any of my reading vlogs. I love Megan Quinn as an author. I think she's great. I think she's the queen of spicy rom-coms. Absolutely love her when I'm in the mood for something spicy and something laugh out loud funny. This was not my favourite of hers, I'll be honest, just because I didn't really buy into the relationship, I don't think. Like, it just felt just like lust, not really love, you know? And that's fine, but yeah, I think I would go 3 stars for this one, maybe? Yeah, I've not thought about it since I finished it, so I think I would go 3 stars for this one. Yeah, just because I didn't feel like there was any chemistry between the 2 main characters, that's all it was. But I do think this is a brilliant holiday read. It's fake dating, so it's about this couple that these people, 2 people that basically pretend to be a married couple and go on this like marriage counselling retreat. It's a long story as to how they get in that situation. But yeah, so they're pretending to be married on this like marriage counselling retreat kind of thing. There's some character art there. And yeah, it's fake dating, so there's lots of banter, lots of, like, there are lots of scenes where there's like a lot of tension and stuff, but I just for some reason I didn't feel the chemistry with the 2 main characters, so that's why I didn't really love it that much. I then had, guys, I had another 5-star read. Would you even believe it? I had another 5-star read, and it was On Wings of Blood by Briar Bolin. Now, this book, the reason I gave this 5 stars was because, you know what, I've not had this much fun with a romanticer probably since Fourth Wing. That was it wasn't like, I'm not comparing it to Fourth Wing or saying it's similar to Fourth Wing. I suppose it is because it's in like the academic setting, but I just haven't had that much fun reading a book like that since Fourth Wing. So it just gave me all the feels. I loved it so much. It's romanticer. I was, again, like it's everything that I want from a romanticer. It's like enemies to lovers. To me, actually, it gives kind of like Zodiac Academy vibes, so do with that what you will, but yeah, it gives Zodiac Academy vibes to me. So if you're a fan of Zodiac Academy, I would give it a try. It's just great. It's just great. I love things that have like an academic setting, but they're like adults, they're not kids. Because in this world, they kind of stay at this university to learn about their magic and stuff, so it doesn't mean that they're like age of university people. Like, they're not students, but they are students. I don't know what I'm saying, guys. I'm absolutely talking nonsense. Either way, it's brilliant. The perfect romanticer. I absolutely devoured it, loved it. Yeah, it was just incredible. I couldn't rate it any less than 5 stars because I had the absolute best time reading it. to be honest. I was lucky enough to get an arc of Freeing the Wild by Paisley Hope, which is the 4th book in the Silver Pine series, and our female main character is an up-and-coming country music singer. Our male main character works on Silver Pines Ranch, and stuff happens. Female main character ends up having to like go and stay on the ranch for a bit because her sister lives on that ranch. So she's in close proximity with Hayden, who's the male main character, and I just loved it. I loved it. Hayden is one of probably my favourite male main character from that series. I loved it so much. I read it in one sitting. I just felt, I don't know, I just like cared about Hayden especially so much. Like it just like, he had so much emotional depth to him, and I just really loved him. And like there was a conversation where we see him have like a really vulnerable conversation with his dad, and I was like tearing up, and I just really loved it. I really loved it. It's probably, is it my favourite of the series? Maybe. I absolutely loved it so much, guys. Like I just love it. If you're looking for like a spicy cowboy romance series, I do recommend the Silver Pine series, and I do think as each book goes on they are getting more, like there's a bit more to them. I would say the first 2 are romantic and spicy, but I feel like then the next 2, so Riding the High and Freeing the Wild, I would say they're kind of getting a bit more depth to them. So yeah, I think each book in the series is just getting better and better and better, and I absolutely love it and highly recommend it. So I rated this one 4.5 stars. Lastly, I read Unloved by Peyton Corrin, which I have been loving this series, and I did like this book. However, since finishing it, I've not really remembered about it. Like I can't fully remember what it was about. I think she's like tutoring him, and she's also in a really horrible relationship, and then him and the 2 main characters develop kind of like a friendship while she's tutoring him, and kind of fall for each other basically. I think if I'm remembering correctly, that's what happens. And I remember really enjoying it at the time, but I just found it hard to sympathise with the female main character, because she just, like the way she was just allowing herself to be treated, I just almost, I know, trust me, I've been in a relationship before where it, you know, like it, you don't want to leave it even though you know you need to, and it's horrible and stuff like that. So I can sympathise with that, but I feel like with her situation, I feel like she was just being really silly. Like she just, yeah, so that was kind of annoying me a little bit. But that being said, I did enjoy it when I read it, and I will definitely be reading the next book in the series. I can't wait for that. I think that's called Unbound, I think. And yeah, so I really liked it at the time, but I think I would probably rate it 3 stars just because I haven't remembered it since, to be honest. So it's definitely not stayed with me. I didn't love it as much as I loved the first book, Unsteady. That was brilliant, that one. But yeah, still, it was fine. It was good. But 3 stars. And I think that's it. Let me just check I've not forgot anything. Yeah, that was everything that I read in the month of June. So that was a really quick fire June reading wrap up for me. Next month's wrap up, so July's wrap up, which is technically, this is the month we're in now, but anyway, July's reading wrap up will be my usual kind of slower, in-depth, but it's just because I wanted to get this out because I love doing a reading wrap up, and I think I love watching reading wrap-ups as well, so I hope that people like my reading wrap-up, so I wanted to just get it out. I wanted to get a reading wrap-up out there. I didn't want to skip a month. So yeah, life has just been lifing, hence why it was so late. And yeah, that was my June reading wrap-up. I had an amazing month. I think, was that 4 or 5-star reads in one month? 4 or 5-star reads? A lot of 5-star reads anyway. A lot of 5-star reads. So I feel really lucky that I had such a good reading month. I can't wait to see what the July reading wrap-up is going to look like. We are in July now, and we're off to a good start, I can tell you that. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. If you've made it this far, thank you. I'm sorry that it's been so late, and I'm sorry that this was kind of more of a quick fire style, but I hope you've enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and I really hope to see you next time.